Have you ever felt trapped in a cycle of constant eating, always thinking about your next meal? Do you find yourself battling fatigue, struggling to lose those extra pounds, or simply wishing for a more vibrant, healthier you? What if there was a way to fundamentally change your relationship with food and unlock your body's incredible built-in potential for repair and rejuvenation? Hi everyone and welcome! Today, we're diving deep into a powerful lifestyle approach that's gaining immense traction for its simplicity and remarkable benefits. Intermittent fasting. Now before you click away thinking this is just another restrictive diet, let me assure you, intermittent fasting is not a diet. It's not about what you eat, but rather when you eat. Think of it as strategically scheduling periods of eating and voluntary fasting on a regular basis. This isn't some newfangled fad. In fact, our ancestors naturally experienced periods of fasting due to food availability. We're simply tapping back into that ancient rhythm, giving our bodies the time they need to focus on things other than constant digestion. See, when we're constantly eating, our body's energy is primarily directed towards digestion and processing food. But during periods of fasting, that energy can be redirected towards other crucial processes like repairing cells, renewing tissues, boosting the production of stem cells, promoting autophagy, our body's natural cleanup process, and strengthening your immune system. This concept has strong scientific backing, even though research is still in its early stages. We're just beginning to scratch the surface of the incredible potential that intermittent fasting holds. But the foundational principles are already proving to be incredibly beneficial. To truly understand how intermittent fasting can work for you, let's take a look at what happens inside your body when you start to fast. Imagine your last meal is dinner at 8 p.m. Over the next few hours, depending on what you ate, your blood sugar levels or glucose will rise, and your body will release insulin to help shuttle that sugar out of your bloodstream. Your body will then use this glucose for energy, or it might convert some of it into fat for later use. Now, fast forward about 4 hours after you've finished eating. Most of that readily available sugar has either been used or stored away, and your blood sugar levels start to drop. At this point, your body starts producing hormones that do the opposite of insulin. They're called hyperglycemic hormones. Their job is to keep your blood sugar levels stable. To do this, they tap into your glycogen stores, which are reserves of glucose in your liver and muscles. However, these glycogen reserves aren't endless. On average, they're depleted after about 8 hours of fasting. And this is where things get really interesting. Around the 8-hour mark, your body starts to shift its metabolic gears and begins to burn fat for energy. This happens through the stimulation of certain hormones, notably testosterone and growth hormone. These hormones are incredibly beneficial, not only for burning fat and building muscle, but also for supporting longevity. After approximately 12 hours of fasting, your glycogen stores are generally depleted, and your body increasingly relies on fat as its primary fuel source. This isn't an abrupt switch, but a gradual transition. This is often referred to as fat-burning mode, and it's where many people start to see significant benefits, including weight loss and a more stable energy supply throughout the day, without the energy crashes associated with sugar spikes. You might also experience a drop in blood pressure and cholesterol levels. However, it's important to remember that everyone is different. Some people might experience these benefits earlier, while others might take a bit longer. Factors like your diet, sex, age, and activity levels all play a role. For example, someone who exercises intensely will likely tap into their fat stores sooner than someone who is less active. Now, how do you know if you're actually burning fat? There are tools that can measure ketone bodies in your blood, breath, or urine, which are byproducts of fat metabolism. While these exist, focusing on the tangible benefits you experience, like changes in your physique and sustained energy levels, is often more valuable. But the magic of intermittent fasting goes beyond just fat burning. After around 16 hours of fasting, something truly remarkable begins to happen. Autophagy. This incredible process earned a Nobel Prize in Medicine in 2017. Think of autophagy as your body's internal housekeeper. During this phase, your body starts to renew itself by breaking down and recycling old, damaged, or dysfunctional cells. It essentially clears out the cellular clutter, using the broken down components to build new, healthy tissues. This is a powerful mechanism for preventing disease and supporting healthy aging. Many of our tissues are primarily made of proteins and fats, with only a small portion being carbohydrates, making this cellular renewal process incredibly significant. Consider the major diseases of our modern world. Often, a contributing factor is our body's difficulty in eliminating these old, malfunctioning cells known as senescent cells. These cells can stick around, causing inflammation and potentially contributing to the development of tumors and premature aging. Intermittent fasting, by promoting autophagy, gives you a powerful tool to help your body get rid of these problematic cells and replace them with new functional ones. While long-term human studies are still underway, research on animals, like mice, has shown that limiting food intake to 1 meal a day can increase lifespan by a significant margin, even with the same total calorie intake as those eating more frequently. And the benefits don't stop there. After approximately 20 to 22 hours of fasting, your body can begin to produce stem cells. These are like master cells that can develop into various specialized cells in the body, crucial for repair and overall health. While there are other ways to boost stem cell production through diet, prolonged fasting is a highly effective method. Now, it's crucial to understand that intermittent fasting is not about eating less overall. If you're aiming for longer fasting periods like 22 hours and only eating 1 meal a day, that meal needs to be packed with all the necessary nutrients and calories your body requires. This is why many healthcare professionals emphasize the importance of proper planning and potentially seeking guidance from a nutritionist or dietitian. The goal is to nourish your body adequately during your eating window, not to create nutrient deficiencies. Alright, if you're finding this information fascinating and are starting to see the potential benefits of intermittent fasting, now is a great time to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We'll be sharing more insightful videos on health and well-being, and your support helps us reach more people who could benefit from this information. So, how do you actually put intermittent fasting into practice? There are various approaches, and the best one for you will depend on your individual needs, motivations, physical condition, and ability to sustain a particular routine. A great starting point for beginners is the 12-hour fast. This is often the easiest to implement. For example, finishing dinner by 8 p.m. and then having breakfast at 8 a.m. the next day. This simple shift eliminates late-night snacking and gives your body a solid 12-hour break from digestion. As you become more comfortable, you can gradually extend your fasting window. A popular approach is the 16-8 method, where you fast for 16 hours and have an 8-hour eating window. For example, you might skip breakfast and eat between noon and 8 p.m. There are also different approaches to what you can consume during your fasting window. The diet mimicking approach. This involves consuming very low-calorie, low-glycemic index foods during your fasting period, essentially tricking your body into a fasting state. This can be helpful for those who find complete fasting challenging initially. The insulin-friendly approach. This allows for the consumption of beverages that have minimal impact on insulin levels, such as black coffee, plain tea, especially green tea, bone broth, lemon water, or apple cider vinegar. This can help you manage hunger during the fasting period while still reaping some of the metabolic benefits. However, this isn't a strict fast. The strict fast. This involves consuming only water, black coffee, or plain tea, without any added sweeteners or milk, for at least 16 hours to maximize autophagy. Some people might also include small amounts of electrolytes like potassium and magnesium to prevent potential issues like low blood pressure or headaches, especially during the initial transition. When it comes to supplements in general, they have a minimal impact on insulin and blood sugar levels, and can usually be taken during your fasting window. However, some supplements contain fats, and therefore have caloric content, such as omega-3 fatty acids. It's generally better to take these during your eating window. Additionally, many nutrients are absorbed more effectively when consumed with food, so, while supplements likely won't break your fast in a significant way, consider taking them with your meals for optimal absorption. Integrating exercise with intermittent fasting can also yield significant benefits. If you're following a healthy diet, exercising during your fasted state, especially high-intensity workouts, can further boost fat burning by stimulating testosterone and an enzyme called lipase. This can also help you reach autophagy sooner by depleting your glycogen stores. However, if your goal is to build significant muscle mass, you might find it more beneficial to do strength training during your eating window when your muscles are fueled with glycogen. Now, let's talk about what to eat during your eating window. Your diet is the foundation of your health, and intermittent fasting won't compensate for a poor diet. You still need to focus on nutrient-dense foods to avoid deficiencies. For example, individuals with hypothyroidism need adequate zinc and iodine, and a restrictive diet combined with long fasts could potentially worsen their condition. If your diet is very high in refined carbohydrates, you'll likely experience significant blood sugar fluctuations, making it much harder to sustain your fasting periods due to hunger and energy crashes. Diets that promote a stable blood sugar and insulin response, such as the Mediterranean diet, ketogenic diet, or paleo diet, can be particularly well suited for intermittent fasting. These diets naturally encourage your body to burn fat for fuel. Practically speaking, this means minimizing simple sugars and refined grains like white bread, pasta, and pizza, which provide quick energy but lead to metabolic imbalances. Instead, focus on healthy fats found in eggs, fish, almonds, and avocados, and complex carbohydrates from berries, oranges, and cruciferous vegetables. This type of diet helps keep your insulin levels stable, prevents extreme blood sugar spikes, and provides sustained energy throughout the day, making fasting much easier. So where do you even begin if you're new to this? The best first step is often to consult with a nutritionist or dietitian who can provide personalized advice on foods that help stabilize your blood sugar and insulin levels. They can guide you through a gradual transition into intermittent fasting, starting perhaps with just 12 hours. You can start by maintaining a consistent 12-hour overnight fast for a couple of weeks, eating your usual 3 to 4 meals within the remaining 12 hours. Then, gradually, every 2 weeks or so, you can extend your fasting window by an hour or two. For example, if you currently finish dinner at 8 p.m. and eat breakfast at 8 a.m., which is a 12-hour fast, you could then push breakfast to 10 a.m., then noon, and so on. Remember, everyone's metabolism is different. What works exceptionally well for one person, like a consistent 16-hour fast, might not yield the same results for another, who might thrive with a 24-hour fast. There are many factors to consider, and it takes time for your body to adapt to these hormonal and metabolic shifts. Don't feel pressured to jump into long fasts immediately. Intermittent fasting is not a quick fix or a temporary diet. It's a sustainable lifestyle approach that you should feel comfortable adopting long-term. There will be times when you might prefer to eat 3 meals a day, and that's perfectly fine. The beauty of it is that you can adjust your fasting windows based on your needs, goals, and how your body feels. Pay close attention to your body's signals. If you're consistently feeling overly nervous, fatigued, or experiencing low blood pressure during your fasts, you might be pushing yourself too hard. Reduce your fasting window, take a break if needed, and approach it with patience and without rushing. The long-term benefits are what truly matter. There might also be specific situations, such as for women during their menstrual cycle, where adjustments to your fasting approach might be beneficial. Furthermore, if you find yourself hitting a plateau in your weight loss journey despite practicing intermittent fasting, or if you suspect underlying hormonal imbalances, it's essential to seek guidance from an endocrinologist. Hormones like testosterone, insulin, ghrelin, estrogen, and thyroid hormones can all play a significant role in metabolism, and imbalances can hinder your progress. Further testing and personalized strategies might be necessary to overcome these challenges. In conclusion, intermittent fasting is a powerful tool that can unlock numerous health benefits by simply changing when you eat, not necessarily what you eat, although a healthy diet is crucial for maximizing its effectiveness. It allows your body to shift its energy from constant digestion to vital processes like cellular repair, fat burning, and hormonal optimization. Start slowly, listen to your body, prioritize a nutrient-dense diet during your eating windows, and consider seeking professional guidance to tailor an approach that suits your individual needs. Thank you so much for watching this comprehensive guide to intermittent fasting. We hope this has provided you with a clear understanding of its principles and how to get started safely and effectively. If you found this video helpful, please leave a comment below sharing your thoughts or any questions you might have. We love hearing from you. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more valuable insights into health and well-being. Remember, taking control of your health is a journey, and we're here to support you every step of the way.